This is my audience. My name is McKenzie Fee. My mom calls me her senior surprise. Today I'm going to fill you in on a little bit of my life. There's 3 stages in my life that I think have defined me as an individual. One being that I was born to a teen mom. I attended an all-girl high school, and for my freshman year of college, I went to the University of Louisville as a freshman. First, I'm going to talk to you about my early years of my life. As I said, I was born to a teen mom, which means I had to grow up in a multi-generational home with me, my mom, and my grandma. The advantages of this was that my mom was still a kid, and so being in that environment gave me the best of both worlds. I was able to receive stability and nurturing from my grandma, but at the same time, my mom could still continue her adolescent years and learn how to be a better mom for me. As my mom evolved into who she would become as a person, our relationship evolved from more of a sister bond to a mother bond. Because of that, we have always had a very strong but unique relationship to this day. The overall advantage growing up in such an environment is that I essentially have 2 moms, I have 2 perspectives on life, and I have double the support. The second stage I would like to talk about is going to an all-girl high school. This separated me from a typical high school atmosphere. Girls there didn't get ready, didn't do their makeup, didn't get dressed in trendy clothes, and boys were nothing to be worried about. Without having these materialistic things and male distractions, you could say, Notre Dame really embedded their motto, young women making a difference. And this was to help us, the girls going to school there, focus on academics and extracurricular activities. Which leads me to how being a Notre Damean played a role in how I separate things that are important and that aren't important in my life. Like in my daily life as a woman, a person in general, being a member of my community, and a person in the world in general. Attending an all-girl high school taught me morals, values, community, and love that will always be a part of me. It will forever be a time in my life where I gained some of the most knowledgeable lessons in life, best friends, and lessons to be a young woman. And lastly, I'm going to discuss about how transitioning from such a great community and such a good support system to being on my own and how that affected me. I remember being on the way to my dorm, and my mom told me that 1 in out of 5 freshmen fell out of college. And I remember thinking, like, why are you talking to me about this? I'm moving into my dorm. I'm not going to do that. I was too smart to let that happen. I came from a good high school, and so on. But now, at that point, I was in control of my own life for the first time. And nothing can prepare you for the transition of coming from the structured little community and nest that I was in for the liberation of college. I had no curfews, no alarm clocks, no rules, and absolutely no structure that I was used to. It made me end up questioning everything. The importance of partying versus studying, going to class, etc. And my choice of friends. I didn't know what was good friends, what was bad friends, so I just went with it. I started to think, am I cut out for the major that I chose, which was a biology major at the time? Am I cut out for the classes that I tested into? I just didn't know what I wanted. But in the end, I did know I wanted to be taking easy classes like all of my friends and everything else, which wasn't an option because I had to live up to a certain aspect of my life for my family and my parents. Louisville was one of the most worst and best experience I've ever had. The support system I had at home and in high school was out of sight and out of mind. I had no one to answer to except myself. It was a blast. I had 2 good teachers that I remember from the classes that I had, and it was great. But now that I've seen the light of maturity, I'm now 21 years old, and I finally think I know what I want for myself. Maybe I didn't grow up in the most traditional home, go to the most traditional high school, but I believe I was very lucky and I received a lot of guidance and support. All experiences are good experiences, and they don't turn out the way you want them to at all times. But it works out. I have learned that you can thrive and fail, but no matter what, you will always have a lesson to be learned, and I think that I've had my fair share. Thank you.
I have 4 minutes.
Here's my audience again. Thank you so much for listening to me.